Today we're going to show you how to install our InSoFast panels onto your roof. Behind me I have a mock-up of both 24-inch on center framing, so that's going to be your trusses or rafters, and on this side I have 16-inch on center. And I am going to show you how you can install InSoFast on either of these spacings. Today I'm going to be using our 2.5-inch panel, which is going to be our EXI 2.5. You can also use the EXE 2.5 or the Max 3.75 for this application. One important thing to note when you're installing InSoFast on a roof is that you cannot install InSoFast directly to the trusses or rafters, even if the spacing is 16-inch on center. So you can't install it like this, just over top of the studs, screwing through the panel into the studs. And the reason why you can't do that is because InSoFast is not rated as a shear plane. What a shear plane is usually going to be your OSB that's on your roof. It can also be achieved with other materials as well. But the shear plane is going to give your roof shear strength, which will prevent racking and twisting of your trusses or rafters, and provide your roof with more strength to stand up to wind and other forces. The first thing I'm going to have to do is install a layer of OSB onto the rafters or trusses to establish the shear plane and for attachment on the 24-inch on center spacing. When you're installing InSoFast onto 24-inch on center framing, it's important to note that where you're only hitting the sheathing, your screws are going to have to be spaced at 8 inches on center. Otherwise, if you are going to be hitting the framing, you can screw at 12 inches on center. You can see how I pre-started the screws in this panel. So on this side, we have the 24-inch on center framing. So we have a rafter going here, and we have a rafter going here. Obviously we're not going to be able to screw into here because we do not have a stud, but what we're going to do is screw into the sheathing here and here. When you're installing onto 24 inches on center, every third stud will hit your framing. So in this example, we're hitting it here, and the next one over, when I put the next panel on, is going to be going into the framing. On that side of the mock-up, we have the 16-inch on center framing, so all of the studs are only going to have 2 screws. On the top, you're going to want to install an extra screw just to hold down the top of the panels and give the top of your roof a little more protection. I'm going to start installing the InSoFast panels from the top going down, but I'm going to keep the tongue of the panels up as you would on a normal wall. And the reason for that is so you don't mess up your product as you're going higher on the roof. You want to install it so you're going down lower on the roof, so you're not sitting on top of the panels. Now that the InSoFast is installed, you are going to want to do one of 2 things. Usually you're going to want to install another layer of OSB on top of this that will allow you to attach any type of roofing that you would normally put on a house. The other option, if you're doing something like steel roofing, you can install your purlins directly on top of the InSoFast. I'm going to show you how to do either way. Now I'm going to install the OSB sheathing using a nail gun. Now I'm going to install these 2x4 purlins onto the InSoFast. It's important to note that as you normally would, you're going to install one at the very top and the very bottom of your roof, but you are also going to want to install the purlins in the field of the roof in the middle of each panel, not at the top or the bottom of the panel. Now that I got the purlins installed, this side of the roof is going to be ready for your steel roofing. One thing that you'll notice is in the middle of the roof, not at the top or the bottom like we have there and there, you're going to space your purlins at 24 inches on center as you normally would. InSoFast can be beneficial for your roof, especially if you have a conditioned space in your attic or vaulted ceiling or loft. InSoFast can be used in conjunction with cavity insulation inside of your rafters or your trusses, and that will just help to give you the code required insulation values that you're going to need to achieve. InSoFast can help make the upper level of your house a lot more comfortable when you use it on the roof, because your upper level usually does not get as much airflow from your air conditioning unit as the lower levels do. So it's a lot more important to trap that cold in and prevent the heat from leaving your house.